Oh, maybe. How about now? Can you hear me now? I haven't done colors in Photoshop in a very long time, so we'll see how well this works. And I haven't hooked up my Wacom tablet. I'm having some issues with Windows 10 driver, so I'm doing this with a mouse for now. But I think I'm for this one, because it's a test and also it's going to be small, I'm just going to pretty much do flat colors. So once I have the flats blocked in, just lock all those layers and just do some shadows, some highlights, and maybe just bring up some detail in the eyes. I'm hoping this is not going to be a painful exercise. And I think I got the audio working now. I'm seeing levels. Sean, if you have some tips you want to share, I know you do this a little often. I won't reject you. I'll only stream for a little bit, because I don't have a lot of time. I get back to painting in real life. This is kind of painful very much. But yeah, stickers are cool. People really seem to like stickers. So I'm going to make a batch of various stickers. So I have the Gambit. I'm going to have Squirrel Girl at some point. Probably going to do a sticker out of one of the Venom sketches. I just want to get like 3 or 4 of them ready to send them all out at the same time. So now I have like a full kind of sticker pack to include with commissions and whatnot. But if I do this again, I definitely need to get my tablet set up, because this is ridiculous with a mouse. As you can see. Also, I haven't done a stream by myself in a while, so I'm not sure what to talk about. But you can listen to the click of my mouse and keyboard. Should check on the stream quality. The stream quality is not bad. I wonder if I can change the quality. Yes, okay, that's the size it's gonna go. So I'm using, which version of Photoshop here? Beginners about Photoshop. Photoshop CS6. I have Creative Cloud, the latest version. I don't like CS7 or CC or whatever the latest version it is. It seems bloated, and there's probably a way to get rid of all the various windows that pop up and all the presets that Adobe feels are necessary for young creators or rookie creators, but there's only so many tools and features I need on a day-to-day that just works really well with CS6. And doesn't crash, and I can handle massive files, and my rig is pretty stocked up on resources. But I do find the latest CC lags. I don't know why, but it just does. So let's scan, and I can. Oops. Oh, I just deleted the eyebrows, didn't I? Pretty wonder. So the hair is pretty clean. I think the tail is pretty clean as well. I need to do the squirrel ears, so this is hair. Fuck the transparency there. Give me an ear relayer for the ears. And just paint those out. They should be easy. If I put that behind the hair, I should just like that. And just clean this up. It's probably not the best way to do this, but what are you going to do? This is the boring part of the process. This is why I got started on them before, because to watch me just fill the rest of it would have been maybe too much. Also, this is not your typical Marvel approved Squirrel Girl. This is pin-up style Squirrel Girl. Fine. That's fine. And I think the headband, I'm going to just do solid black. So this iteration of Squirrel Girl is probably going to be more entertaining than the cartoony, politically correct version. Yeah. There we go. So now theoretically, still need to do the lace. So I'm going to do the lace on the pants, this part, and this part here, lace or whatever it is. I don't know what the proper term is for the frilly thing. I'm going to do that pink to make it look like underwear. And this, I'm just going to draw out the shape because it's simpler. See, there's a few people watching. Who's all in? Sound off. Also hoping that this actually stays on Twitch for once. I think I figured out the issues I was having there because none of my streams until now actually saved. Hey Donald. This is probably not as entertaining as some of the other streams, but it's got to get done. Sooner or later, I'm going to do a Doctor Strange. Actually, Doctor Strange would be a good one for a sticker. If I do it digitally, you can get some nice effects. Yeah, I think maybe that'll be the next one. Once I finish off some projects and commissions and have a bit of breathing room to do house projects. Do a Doctor Strange. I don't think I've done him since Endgame. I really like that one. Card frames. Is this your 3D printed ones you're making? Or you got a new project going? And so this I wanted to have pink. Pink lace there. And the second, oh, those for Kickstarter. Cool. When are you looking at launching that? No, October. That's soon. Anyone that does a Kickstarter, I mean, hats off to you. Putting together a whole project, and I'm sure there's a lot of work involved in just setting up the Kickstarter itself, regardless of what you're working on. I don't know, Sean, if you're still around. I mean, he's done a few, and Rodney Fike, and pretty sure Jay Lynn was on Kickstarter as well, but also, I mean, recently being involved with Bianca's Back to Retro Kickstarter, and seeing everything that she set up for that, and also seeing what everything that Ingrid, I want to say, the art of sketch cards book. It's a lot of work. Let's lock that. What's going on here? I'm missing something in the tights. That might be the skin. Yeah. So theoretically, now that I have all the colors blocked in, I'm just going to clean up the edges a little bit. I should be able to get my outline for the sticker, because when you provide the sticker, you need to provide the actual art, and then another layer that's going to show the die cut, which is the shape of that you want for the cut. And what I want to do for that, I'll just stick out 1/8 of an inch from the edge. I don't really want to trace this, so what I'm going to do, I think I missed something in there. As I'm going around the edges now, I'm just making sure my edges are filled, there's nothing sticking out. And nice stuff like that, those white lines. And you should be able to make a selection out of the whole batch. And that by 20, well, based on the size of my art, maybe like 100 pixels. And fill that in with black, which will give me an edge. We'll find out in a second. I'm just going to finish cleaning this up. Don't want any color bleeding through. I'm okay with things like this, like the white dots. I don't care about that because they'll all get lost when it gets shrunk down. I do want to delete that from my line work. Save. So now if I make sure my layers are blocked. I'm just locking the transparency so I don't paint outside of the shapes by mistake. But if I load the selection for all of these, put that in a new layer. There we go, that's kind of creepy. But that's my silhouette. So even if I add a outer stroke here, 15 pixels, let's just give it a different color so I can see it. There. Yeah. Just want to flatten that with something else. So now put that at the bottom of my stack. I should have a black outline around the whole squirrel. It actually helps me see some other areas that I might have missed, but that's fine. Let's just erase that here. This thick black outline is representing how the sticker is going to get cut. Even if I change better representation of how that's going to look as a sticker. And yeah, it'll be about this size. Like I'm working at a massive size. I'm like 42 by 56 inches. That's just crazy, but it's fine for the PSD, for the Photoshop document. Once I finish it, I'll scale it down to the print size, and then all these little imperfections, loose edges, they don't really matter. Okay, so now that I have all my colors, I'm going to label this. This is my die cut. later. Lock it so I don't sit around with it. But what I should do, I should load all of these again and create a mask. Let me just say again, this is my edge mask. I'll let the bottom of the stack, we'll use it later. Don, I think you messaged me something, but I didn't get any pictures. I'll check in on that in a bit. Okay, so now what am I going to do? So what I'm going to do now, and I'm kind of planning this out. I'm doing air quotes because you can't see air quotes. I'm planning this out as I'm working on it. You know what? I know what I'm going to do. Let's hide this. Let's hide this. Let's make a snapshot of the whole thing. I have another layer here, it's just a snapshot of all the colors. So the rest of them are still there. There's just a flat layer of all the colors, and I'm going to desaturate this. So help me understand the values a little better. I might have to mount this a separate layer for some reason. Doesn't matter. And unlock the transparency here. Send that to the back. I know how I'm going to do it. So I have a new layer. I masked out the edges, so I can't paint outside of it. I'm going to change the blending mode here to multiplies, change the opacity to 7%. Let's see if it'll work with a brush. So I'm just going to add some dark. So I'm just going to be using lit this direction, pop right down. And I'm picking the wrong layer. Let's do it here. Yeah, this is going to work. But I think what I should do is really just use the polygon lasso tool and create the shapes for my shadows. So because the opacity is low, we're just doing a hint of a shadow, but it's just solid black. So to make it easier to work with, I'll keep it higher now, and then I'll drop the opacity later. Just do this for a little less. So again, this would be so much easier with a tablet. Just drawing with a mouse sucks. This is not necessarily the best way to do this. This is not a tutorial. This is not a how-to, best practices, all of that jazz. If you want to do that, go on YouTube and search how to color in Photoshop. I'm still figuring out the best way to do this right now. chin. Check over your cat's wire collar. That should help define the bust a little bit. I'm just working my way down the shapes, defining some core shadows. And sometimes it's easier to just erase after, so I should have that in a separate layer, so I should be able to pull it out without having to muck around too much at the edges again. And where is my lace? So if I load that layer up from here, and there. Now that shadow is very strong because I'm a high percentage, but as I go into opacity, you can see it's starting to come in. Can't keep it at a high opacity so I can see what I'm doing. This is not exactly the form I wanted. A little shadow on the entire, on her right side of the face. And then maybe pick out some highlights later. Let's see, so this should not be shadows. And this is not a very exciting process, I have to say. Sure if I'll, oh, there we go. I got your message now, Donald. That looks tight. That's really nice. That should sell well. some shadows on her arms. This is exciting. Clickety click click. I think I understand now, Sean, why you said you're not keen on doing a live digital colors. Take some concentration, and it's really not very exciting to watch. Or maybe it is. We'll see what the viewers say. I'll check the drop-off rate on YouTube after. Say it often. Learned that a long time ago. make an action for black. Select and fill. So I don't have to right click make selection fill all the time for the future. I don't like this. I'll figure that out later, but I definitely don't like this. The shape here. That should be better. That's shadows. And then really it's the same thing for highlights. Just make a mask here. The only difference is for the highlights. I'm going to keep them nice and soft, so I'm use a soft brush. Opacity. And I'm painting it on there. Change that to screen. Let's go back. Screen. Yeah, I need to think this out. Think this out more. Favorite the highlights. I don't like that. I'm not loving the shadows either. Actually, no, the shadows are fine. They're just too strong. Yeah, maybe once I get the whole all the shadows in, it'll be a little bit more in line with what I want. But I'm pretty sure I started this wrong. You have all the flats, which is okay, but really maybe what I should have done is do a tonal value, just color in the shadows and the highlights, and then slap that on top. And what that looks like, I'll just do a quick test here. So this is just for the skin. I'll grab 50% gray, so that covers the skin area. And I definitely need my tablet set up for this so that it's possible to do with a mouse. Yeah, this would work a lot better because it'll give me smooth edges too. So I'm just airbrushing in the areas that I want shadow. I'm getting nice smooth edges, nice smooth blends. Same idea with the highlighted areas. And then once I change the blending mode of display to overlay, it should just go outside the shadows. And then I can adjust the skin tone, or actually, if I put the skin over this one and change this to color. I'm missing a step. That's a general idea. There The reason this is off with the overlay is because this gray is not a neutral, a 50% neutral gray. Because that should be so if I set this layer to overlay, it shouldn't make any difference. There we go. Yeah, that's what it was. So there's something wrong. I'm not sure why I can't make. Oh, there we go. That's the shade that I want. That's the gray. Jeez. 120 all right. I had the value wrong. So, yeah. I have a neutral gray layer. And I darken parts of it, lighten parts of it, so I'm darken quickly where the shadows would go. Yeah, much simpler with a tablet versus a mouse. Should be really dark there, should be really dark there, really dark there. So if we just look at the tonal map here, it looks like it's got proper depth. Now when I put this on top and change it to overlay, it will just apply the highlights and the darks to the original base tone. So you see, like right here, the color doesn't change. It's just wherever it was painted. And that's a proper way of doing it, or a better way of doing it. I'll have to revisit this at a later time because for now I'm out of time. I think my hardware test worked. I got audio. This seemed to have streamed on all the channels. Some people were watching. I photoshopped some stuff. Good times all around. See you later.